Hey guys, welcome back to Pennies to Pounds TV with Kia. And if you are new here, this is a channel where we aim to dispel your myths, simplify difficult financial jargon, rectify your own personal problems while trying to entertain you as well. Welcome. We are talking about all things ISAs, and I can already hear you saying, what is an ISA? So if that's your question, then you're in the right place because I'm here to explain it all for you today. So let's get started. So to get straight into it, an ISA stands for Individual Savings Account. Now, you may be familiar if in the UK with easy access savings accounts. So this is savings accounts that you can open up with your bank, for example, and you have easy access to it. So you're able to withdraw the money, put it in as and when. An ISA usually is pretty much easy access, depends on which one you get. But the difference is that with an ISA, any interest that you earn in your ISA is tax-free. You do not pay anything to the government on any interest that you earn within that ISA. So that's the difference between a regular savings account and an ISA account. So you may have heard a variety of different ISAs, so we're going to go through and explain what each one is. Some in brief, some in detail, so let's get to it. The first one that many of you probably have heard is a stocks and shares ISA. So this is an ISA, like I said, a regular savings account where you put your money in, but instead of it just being sat there, it actually gets invested into funds for you. So a fund is a collection of different companies and stocks that have been organized and put together by a fund manager. So depending on where you get your stocks and shares ISA from, there'll be a fund manager who's in charge of creating that fund and maintaining and managing that fund, and they put together the companies that actually sit within that fund or that portfolio. So you don't really have a choice with regards to what you invest in. You actually just put your money into that fund and it gets invested in that way. I mean, it's good in the sense that you get a diverse portfolio. So you may have heard this, and we will do another video which goes in a bit more depth if you're looking to actually start investing your money for the long term. But it gives you a more diverse portfolio because you get to invest in different things, a range of different products. But again, it takes away the kind of like the choice and the freedom that you have, because you're not actually buying the shares that you want to buy. You're actually just investing into a fund which has already been predetermined by the fund manager. But that is what it is. Any kind of money or profits that you earn on anything within that stocks and shares ISA is tax exempt up to the value of £20,000. So this is across the board of any ISA that you have. £20,000 worth of your money in any ISAs that you have is tax-free each tax year. Now, it's important to note that you can only open up one ISA account per tax year. So for example, if you're looking to open up another ISA account, right now we're in January, so you could open up one now if you haven't done it already in this tax year, and then you could open up another one after April once you enter the new tax year. So you're able to open up one ISA account per tax year. Now let's move straight on to the Help to Buy ISA. Now, although this is already closed, this is still something that many of you in the UK may be holding, and you may be wondering, oh, what exactly does this do again and how does this work? It's been a long time since I opened it, not too sure about how it works. So the Help to Buy ISA ended in November 2019, and that was a government-funded scheme, a government-backed scheme to help first-time buyers get onto the property market. So the way that it worked was that you had to have £1 to open it. Many of you may be sitting there thinking, oh, I've still got £1 in there, and that's okay. But you needed £1 to keep it open. But in the first month when you opened it, you were able to put in a maximum of £1,200. And then every month after that, you're able to put in a maximum of £200. So let me explain that for you. So let's say you've put in the money for the first month and now in the second month. If I were to deposit £150 in the second month and then choose, you know what, actually, I want to take out £50 from that deposit, I can do so. But then now within that same month, I can only add in another £50. Because remember, initially I only put in £150. I've taken out 50. But it's still £150 been put in there. So the remaining for that month is £50 that I can deposit into there. That's the maximum. So going by the calculations, if you were to deposit the maximum every single month, starting from the first month, it would take you 5 years to save up the maximum in that account, which is £12,000. But the good thing is that the government tops it up with 25% on top of your savings, which is £3,000. You'd have in total £15,000 to go towards the purchase of your first property, which is really, really good if you're trying to get on the housing market, and that's what it's there for. Now, with the Help to Buy ISA, if you saved up the maximum, you're like, okay, right, I'm ready to buy my house, I've got my savings here, and you want to take it out, you're not the one who does it. When you actually go through the home buying process, which again we'll do another video on as well, explaining the home buying process and the steps within that. But when you go through the process, you will have a solicitor through that process, and it's your solicitor's job to actually apply for the money, including the bonus in there, and actually take that out for you so you can actually give that and use that to purchase your first home. Now, let's move on to the lifetime ISA. So the lifetime ISA took over and superseded the Help to Buy ISA. So this is what is now in place in the UK if you're looking to buy your first ever property. So the lifetime ISA can be used either for the purchase of your first home or for retirement. You have to be between the ages of 18 and 40 to open one, but once you open it, you can save up to £4,000 per tax year. So remember we mentioned it earlier, April to April, you're able to save up £4,000 maximum, and the government will top it up with, again, a bonus of 25%. The difference is that this bonus is automatically added. So if you already have a lifetime ISA, you will know that it's calculated depending on how much money you have actually in your ISA, and that gets automatically added to your savings. So it's really, really good, and you don't have to apply for anything. You don't have to get your solicitor to help you in that sense. You're able to see how much money you've got as it gets added to your savings. Now, with the lifetime ISA, contrary to the Help to Buy ISA, so the Help to Buy ISA, you could, like I mentioned, withdraw the money anytime you wanted with no kind of penalty or anything. With the lifetime ISA, you cannot withdraw the money as freely. So if you want to take money out from your lifetime ISA, it has to be one of three conditions. You have to be either over the age of 60, ready to buy your first house, or terminally ill. If none of those apply, then you'll be incurring a 25% penalty fee on your savings. Right now, so topical, so right now that is actually 20%. It's actually been reduced because of the coronavirus period that we're in, but that will be pushed back to normal, which is 25%. It sounds like a lot, but remember the government tops up 25%, so essentially you're only forfeiting the government bonus when you actually make that withdrawal. But the good thing with the lifetime ISA is that you can actually save up, like I said, a maximum of £4,000 per tax year and get an extra £1,000, so 25% if you save at the maximum, every single year. And if you want to save up for retirement, for example, you could do that and simply be putting in the maximum and get an extra £1,000 every single year all the way up until you're 50, which is absolutely great. Equally, for as long as you want to save for your house, you get an extra boost from the government to help you reach that target that you may have to save up your house deposit. We also have a cash ISA. So a cash ISA is, like I mentioned, a regular savings account, but any money saved in there, like I said at the beginning, your money is not taxed. Any kind of interest that you earn is not taxed. It is completely tax-free. Another ISA you may have heard of is a fixed rate ISA. So this is like a cash ISA, except that the interest rate that you have is fixed for a period of time. So you can get fixed rate ISAs that last for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, some even up to 10 years. But that means that the interest rate on that ISA is fixed for that specific period of time. Remember, no interest is charged. It's all completely tax-free. Many ISAs, not all of them, but a lot of them, when they're fixed rate ISAs, mean that you actually can't get the money out until that time frame is up. So if I had a fixed rate ISA, for example, for a year, and that is a stipulation, that means that any money I put in there, again, is tax-free. My interest rate is fixed for that year, but then I can't get that money out until the end of the year. And finally, if you are a parent, you will have heard of the junior ISA. So the junior ISA, same as everything else, any savings in there, any interest is completely tax-free. But this is an ISA that you'd open up for your child or your children, and the money is for them. It's complete for them, so it's a way to save up for them. Only they can access it, and they can only access it once they hit the age of 18. So it's a good way to kind of set them up and get them ready. So when they're 18 and looking to drive or looking to go to university or start up their life, they've got some savings sitting there for them that you've opened up for them and started putting away for them. So yes, that is how the different ISAs work. I'm going to answer a few questions that I get typically with regards to the ISAs. One that I get all the time is, where can I open up a stocks and shares ISA? If you have a little search online, there are a lot of providers which offer them. You may find that a lot of your banks, so a lot of the traditional banks, may not have them, but there are a lot of other companies such as like MoneyBox, from the top of my head, who offer stocks and shares ISAs. I will put a couple links in the description of some good places which have stocks and shares ISA for you to look at, and you can open up and you can start investing that way if that's what you're interested in. Another question I get as well is, if I have a Help to Buy ISA, can I get a lifetime ISA? So to answer that question, yes, you can. You can have a Help to Buy ISA and you can have a lifetime ISA. The difference is you can only get the government bonus on one. So if you've heard this breakdown of the two and you said, you know what, from hearing it, I have a Help to Buy ISA, but I really would rather a lifetime ISA, then you can actually move your money over. But the best way to do that, to make sure that you don't forfeit the government bonus, is to find a lifetime ISA provider, contact them, let them know I've got Help to Buy ISA, I've got savings in there, but I'd love to open up a lifetime ISA with you guys. They will help you through that transition of moving your money from your Help to Buy to your lifetime to allow you to keep earning that government bonus on top of your savings. So that's the best way to go about it. But yes, you absolutely can have both if you wanted 2 different savings accounts, but you can only get the government bonus on one. Another question I get all the time is, where can I open up a lifetime ISA? So there's not many lifetime ISA providers. Again, I'll put a couple links of some of them in the description, but you'll find, again, many of your mainstream banks won't have them. It's quite niche. There's not many providers, but I'll put them in the description. Hopefully this video has helped you to kind of break down, understand how ISAs work and what they are, and make things a bit more simplified for you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share to anyone who needs the breakdown. That's what we're here for, and we'll be back again with more videos. Thank you guys. Bye.